Welcome, Shana, to Step Up MMA. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to interview you. So basically right now in the MMA world, everybody's wondering what happened. EFC 54, everybody was expecting you to basically fight for the women's flyweight title. And on the day of the weigh-in, we know you've made weight since your amateur career. All of a sudden we found out that you did not make weight. You want to kind of elaborate on what happened on the day?
Fighting my camp leading up to EFC 54 was actually one of my best cuts and one of my best camps. I only had 800 grams on the day to lose, which is actually that's maybe a bath or two, and 800 grams comes off. The morning of weigh-in day, I started with my menstrual cycle, which threw my body out completely. So even though I was cutting weight, I cut for 6 hours, the 800 grams wouldn't come off. But because 4 or 5 years ago I suffered an illness, I had pulmonary emboli, which had 28 clots in my lungs. They told me that I was lucky to be alive, and I pulled through and I survived. I have been medically cleared to fight, but because of the dehydration process, because I was so adamant to make weight, I ended up becoming a health risk. And because I was so badly dehydrated, we couldn't test whether or not I had created an emboli. And the doctor had to call the fight because an emboli can shoot at any point, which means I could drop dead with a shot to my heart or my lungs. So it was a very, very serious thing, so they had to make the call. I was highly, highly disappointed, and I think devastated even. It's something that I've been working for and towards since my amateur career, but I've got to trust that it happened for a reason. I'm not unprofessional. I have trained and always made weight, so it is what it is, and hopefully I'll be fighting soon.
Okay, great. With that said, I have to ask, obviously you say you started your maturation period and then it happened. So what are the chances that every time you're about to compete and if your maturation comes, will you be facing the same issues?
Like I said, it's happened once out of 7, 8 of my fights. I don't believe that I am a bantamweight internationally, even though we're fighting locally at the moment. My aspiration is to go overseas, and there's no point building a career as a bantamweight when if I had to go overseas I wouldn't fight as a bantamweight. So I'm going to stick to flyweight. Like I said, I've always made weight, but I also believe that I don't think I can turn around back-to-back camps. Like I fought in June, and then it was expected for me to go straight back into camp and fight in October. My body didn't recover after my last fight. It still needed time to recover and to start preparing, and I was thrown straight into my biggest camp, my biggest fight. Amanda has been preparing since March for this fight. She's had 7 months to diet down. Amanda's missed weight twice. Her last fight she fought at 60 kilos. Jacqueline came in at 56.8 kilos. So, I need the time as well. I don't see that it was unfair expectation placed upon me. And going forward, if I fight, I'll maybe fight twice a year, maybe beginning and end, to allow my body to recover after a fight before I step back into the next camp. And I need to honour myself and honour my shark queen around me. And I think that's the route that I'm going to go going forward.
Okay. Well, with that said, we have to ask, what is your opinion on the announcement that EFC President Kyra Howard announcing the title fight now be given to Isabella Pereira, who defeated Amanda Lino on their previous encounter?
Honestly, I feel that it's a little bit unfair. I didn't not make weight due to being unprofessional. I didn't make weight due to medical reasons, and I wasn't given the, I'm the only one that's actually deservedly should be fighting for the title. I'm 2-0. Amanda hasn't made weight twice, like I said previously. So she lost one, fought one, was given the title shot. Isabella, she beat Amanda, lost overseas, and now she's been given the title shot. So I don't understand the structure around it. But like I said, I'm trusting the process. If Isabella and Amanda have to fight for the title, so be it. But my day will come and I will be fighting for it in the future, regardless of whether it's now or later.
So, in your opinion, would you say Amanda Lina and Isabella, obviously two different fighters, different strategies to fight them. If you had to pick, who would you rather face for the title first?
Like I said in the press conference when they asked me after I beat Nicole, I believe out of the two, out of morals and structure and principle, Amanda should be fighting for the title purely because she stayed in the organization. Isabella fights internationally, which us EFC athletes, we aren't given that opportunity. So she's been able to fight overseas. Unfortunately, she lost. And so I don't see how she gets the title shot now in the organization. So out of the two, I think Amanda is deserving of the shot at the belt. But yeah, I mean, out of everyone in the division, it should have been me and Amanda.
When the title shot was announced, everyone was quite shocked, and people felt like it was premature. You know, Amanda Lina's only fought 3 fights, lost 1. You've only fought 2 fights, and they felt like the pool of the female division wasn't big enough to have the champion, because then she won't have anyone to defend the title against, because then they will have to source out fighters from outside who are unknown coming to fight for the belt, and that was kind of didn't sit well with the fans out there. Do you think the flyweight title was prematurely announced, or do you have a different opinion?
I do agree with what the public's saying. You know, the pool is very shallow, and it was something that we were thinking about going forward after, if Amanda and I did have the shot at the, you know, we did get to fight. It was one of my concerns as an athlete, should I have won the title, what then? You know, immediately it was like, no, you'll be fighting Isabella to defend the title. Again, like the public saying is that how is that fair? There's not enough people that are being brought up. I personally believe that they should be sourcing more females for the division, so that you can build up people and people that are deserving of a title shot, not just given the title shot. So I fully agree with that. Even though that the title fight is going to happen, I still believe that we should be growing this division at a rapid pace, because there is going to be a champion soon, and the champion is going to be sitting without a fight, you know, straight after that.
Well, Shana, thank you very much for giving us this opportunity to be able to hear your side of the story, because everyone out there had a lot of assumptions on what had happened, and we know you're extremely professional from your amateur time, so it was a bit of a shock to have found that news. But I have to ask you a prediction. Amanda Lina versus Isabella, it's happening. Who do you predict takes that fight, and how does the fight end? By what?
If I look at it from a technical aspect, you know, MMA is a very unpredictable sport, but I believe Isabella is more technical. That's why she came out on top the first time. I don't see things changing unless Amanda does land that right hand and sends Isabella to the canvas. But other than that, I mean, everyone is aware of that, so I'm sure Isabella will be prepping accordingly. And yeah, I mean, I think Isabella will, you know, defeat Amanda from a technical aspect.
Thank you very much. So if there's anything you want to say to your fans, your sponsors, please, you can take this opportunity.
Just thanks for always believing in me, guys. I'll be back soon, and stay tuned for the announcement of my next fight.
Thank you very much.